Hey guys, welcome to Aqua Road Radio, episode number 12. It is January 7th, 2008, and I'm your host, Shravan, and joining me through the magic of the interwebs is Wares.
Hello, hello.
As always. Anyway, so I missed everything that ever happened in the past month and a half.
Well, like we're going to feel sorry for you sitting on your butt in a tropical paradise?
That was just for a week. 1 week.
Meh.
Oh man, 29 people on that cruise. That is way too many people to manage.
Wow.
It was fun for 2 days, and then we were just like, there's way too many people. And everyone kind of did their own thing and didn't talk to each other for the rest of the cruise.
Was it some kind of theme cruise or something like this?
Well, it was just... Well, yeah, we went and it was really close family friends who all went.
Oh, I see, okay.
And we had 4 families from Virginia, 3 from New Jersey, and 1 down from San Jose.
Okay, wow.
But yeah, it's just way too many people.
Sounds like it.
You can't do anything. But no, it was great. I got some pictures.
Nice.
But I missed all the double EXP events.
Yes, you did.
I missed the snowman, which I want to fight a snowman. And I wanted to smuggle a mitten, but I don't know how to smuggle. And I don't know if that'd be considered abusing a glitch either.
It's not like it's really all that useful. So,
well, yeah, but it doesn't affect other people either.
I know.
Yes. I was looking for one in the free market.
I don't know. It's like a victimless crime, I suppose. I'd still recommend against it, but yeah, whatever.
Right, well,
if you want to.
I don't know how to do it anyway, so whatever.
Somebody told me. I purposely forgot. I don't want to know how.
Fair enough. So what else has been up in the past month? Oh, we were supposed to record on the 20th, and we didn't.
Yes, and there were some irate listeners. Well, they weren't irate. They were concerned.
You'd think they'd be used to it by now.
Yeah, you'd think so, huh?
We've trained them enough.
We are unreliable.
Unpurposefully. But I mean, even if we did record on the 20th, I left on the 21st, or the morning of the 21st, I think, at 6 a.m. So it definitely wouldn't have been edited and out till about last week anyway. So
Sure.
Technically we're only a week late.
I'm going to go with you on that one. Only a week late.
Only a week late. We're pretty good about it. So how was your Christmas, Wares?
It was pretty good.
That's cool. Did you guys do anything?
We went traveling.
Awesome. Visit family?
Visited family, exactly.
I bet that was fun.
Yes, it was.
Cool.
Saw some folks I haven't seen in a while, in addition to my parents.
Which is a good thing?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It was a festive holiday season.
One of our family friends after the cruise, they actually bought a new house.
Oh, really?
So we've been helping them move in for the past few days. And
okay.
Tonight's the first night that they're spending there. So we were going to have New Year's there, but then we found out they didn't have cable. And we were like, yeah, we kind of need to watch that Big Apple.
Lord knows you can't celebrate something without a television.
Obviously not.
Okay.
You got to watch those commercials.
Exactly.
Oh, and Super Bowl's coming up. I'm excited.
Woohoo!
And the Redskins lost the playoffs, which sucks. Horribly.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're a Skins fan.
Oh, no, my dad is.
Oh, okay.
And therefore I'm forced to be.
Well, I'm a Packer fan, so I'm happy so far.
Everyone's a Packers fan.
Well, yeah.
I mean, they're the Packers.
I grew up. I was born within walking distance of Lambeau Field.
Did you go to any games?
All the time.
See, I've never been to a football game.
If you ever get a chance to go to a football game in Lambeau Field, it is something to remember.
Is it a big stadium or anything? Or?
Well, it's not the biggest stadium, but it just feels so big because it's open and you can just feel the history when you're in there.
Oh, that's cool. That's something I definitely want to do before.
It would be.
No.
It'd be something that would be worthwhile, even if you're not a Packer fan. I mean, if you're not a football fan, even.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be something interesting to do. Anyway.
They're probably just itching to kill us now because we've kept them waiting for a week, and now we just kept them waiting for another 5 minutes.
Well, hell, let's just not talk about Maple at all this episode. What do you say?
I mean, who's interested in Maple?
I know.
Who plays that anymore? WoW is so much better.
Now you're gonna get death threats.
Oh man, I'm giving myself death. Okay, all my friends who went off to colleges and I met up with in the last like week or so, they all play WoW now. Every one of them, and it's annoying. I hate it.
I don't know how to respond to that.
There's
Sad.
many of them,
Sad.
and they respawn like bunnies.
Well, fourth job's coming. We'll get Fuzzy back.
Fourth job is coming. Hold on, let's talk about that right off the stinger.
Okay.
Aqua Road Radio News.
So, did they actually put an official date on fourth job, or is it just sometime in January?
It's supposed to be January 15th.
Supposed to be.
Yes, that is supposed to be the big patch. I am at level 118. and
So close.
And I'm grinding like a fool.
The last 2x is like 14th, is it?
I didn't hear about that.
The events, or have the events stopped then? Oh no, never mind. The last one was end of December. You're right.
Right. Unless there's something else coming up that I don't know about.
Well, if you don't know about it, I sure wouldn't, because I haven't been on forever. Yeah. Alright, so what happened in patch 4.8 that I missed?
Whole bunches of stuff. Well, the turkeys went bye-bye.
Yeah.
Fake bosses came back. Whee!
Are they back in where they used to be?
As
are they new
far
places, or?
as far as I can tell, at Dual Pirates, there's Papuletus there.
Okay. Wasn't he there before though as well?
He might have been, but you know what? I'd never noticed him there before, and I always go through that map to get to Vikings, Spirit Vikings, or Giant Spirit Vikings, and I never noticed him there before.
Oh, okay. Well, cool.
And now
Fake bosses were so fun. I don't know why they even took them off in the first place.
I don't know. Well, you know what? They're kind of special too, and maybe if we have them all the time, then it won't be special anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But this time, I've noticed, like at least at peak times when we're highly populated, at least in Windia, that there are roving gangs of noobs going around. Not real low level noobs, but just people who are too low level usually to like solo one of these things, or even they're going around and surfing all the channels and killing all the populatuses in one room. It was kind of annoying, but
They're traveling in packs
they were.
when noobs unite.
Yeah. And if you haven't been in games, so you probably haven't noticed in the past 3 weeks or so, a huge
Yes.
spike in hacking.
Oh yeah, no, we got an email or voicemail about that too.
It's insane. So actually, you will see, I've seen about 5 or 6 times Papulatus vacked to one spot, and he can't move.
Ooh.
And he sits there and he just does his little whiny thing. He's stuck in one spot.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Well, I
weird.
mean, I guess they had to come back eventually.
Yeah, I suppose maybe it's surprising that they
Well,
haven't
I
been back
mean,
sooner.
Well, no, not really. I mean, that just shows how good of a job Nexon did the first time when when hacking stopped almost completely. It just took this long for people to actually get ways to bypass it.
You know what though? I've noticed hackers right away. They're just very few in number.
Right. Well, I mean, there's always like the skilled people who don't like to show off their tricks, and then there's the
So eventually,
hopeless players.
right? Somebody manages to script the elite moves, and then everybody who can run a script is out there hacking again, unfortunately.
Right.
But
Which does really suck.
yes, I don't know why the spike has come in the past 3 weeks. I think maybe there's even fewer GMs around than there's ever been in the past year or so.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's just because fourth job's getting closer and everyone's trying to hack their way up there.
That is a theory that I've heard from many high-level people, yes.
Hmm.
Everyone's in a panic.
But you're almost there legitly, which is awesome.
Yay!
So wait, what percent are you at?
Just made 80%.
How long is it gonna take you to level that extra 20%? Is that another
That's probably 4 hours of work there.
Oh, that's not too bad.
It's not horrible, no.
Oh.
It just seems that the past 5 levels are just getting harder and harder, and it seems like it's
Well, I
getting
mean, it's just pure boredom.
it's getting harder in a non-linear fashion.
Oh, I see.
It's not going up arithmetically. It's going up. What am I trying to say?
Logarithmically,
Thank you.
exponentially.
Yes, exponentially. Thank you very much. Not sharply,
Um,
but it is much faster than arithmetically.
What's the last skill that you're actually upping right now, like moves wise?
The last what?
The abilities, the skills, not the abilities. What are they called? Magic spells.
Right. Oh, well, I'm working on Thunderstrike. Some of my friends.
Oh, Thunderspear.
Thunderspear. Thank you very much.
See, but I mean, that's why you're really bored with it.
People tell me that I shouldn't even bother with it, but that I should finish out any second or third job skills that I haven't finished. But I'm not interested in any of those.
Well, once fourth job comes out, you're gonna have that chain lightning move, which is gonna just trump your Thunderspear like infinitesimally.
Yeah, probably will, but it's going to be a lot harder to get skills in fourth job.
Right.
You have to get.
I'm interested to how that turns out.
Yeah, you have to go questing for skill books and all sorts of.
But the skill books are tradable, right?
That I don't know. There's been controversy about that. I don't know if they're tradable or not.
I guess we'll find out in a week.
But you know what? Basil has a slot for them.
Oh, okay. Well,
so I guess they are. At least in other versions of MapleStory, they are. Maybe they won't.
They're gonna be expensive, though.
Yeah. You better believe they will be.
Well, also, if like a bowman picks up a skill book, is there possibilities that like other jobs will get other jobs' skill books?
Correct. I've heard that that's
so-
possible. I read a thread where someone said, well, if someone doesn't have the skill and it drops at Zachem and they grab it, what can I do? And the person who replied said, you're out of luck.
That sucks. You can buy it from them for probably a good hefty
150 million.
something like that. It's gonna drop in price though once enough of people hit fourth job. We have a lot of people who are above level 150.
Yeah. Well, not if the hackers monopolize. Like, I would try to go on a Z run yesterday. We couldn't get in.
Oh right, how'd that go?
Because a hacker had been holding the altar. He'd been holding the altar for a day and a half, from what I'd heard.
Wow.
And there's no GMs doing anything about it. Wake up, Nixon.
There's not even one GM on Windia. There's gotta be someone.
Nobody at the wheel.
That is, what the hell are they thinking?
I don't know.
I mean, they can cut down on GMs for putting up better hacking software. You can't get rid of them completely.
Exactly.
Man, next on. Just slap them around a bit.
Anyway, back to the patch. We kind of digressed a little bit there.
What's with all the snails with the Santa hats? Or not snails, slimes.
Slimes with Santa hats and
Pigs.
Pigs? I haven't been anywhere near a pig, so I didn't notice that. But there's also buffies. Buffies with festive colors on them. There used to be 2 different kinds of buffies, now there's 3 different kinds of buffies.
Okay.
But I think it's just the same buffy as the low-level buffy. It's just recolored.
To be Christmassy. And they introduced this new thing called VersalMouse or something like that?
That's right. That's right.
What's that?
You
they
got
had Maple Mouse last year, right?
Yes, and Maple Moss is still there. Maple Claus is still there in Happyville. It's just that VersalMoss is also here. Basically, you have 3 choices when it comes to your allegiance this holiday. And in other words, who are you going to give your presents to? All these presents you've picked up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, there's like 4 different color schemes, and
Right.
I don't remember. It's for different level ranges. The last one is for level 60 and above, and that's green and white, and I can't remember what the other ones are.
Fair enough.
But you have to choose where your allegiance lies, and you have to do this little quest with a little NPC called Little Susie. And she doesn't.
Okay.
She's confused about what's going on here. Who do I hope will bring me presents? And you have to decide between Maple Claus and this giant festive rat from the alternate universe called Versal. in that
I see.
universe, apparently
That's attractive.
yeah. Well, he's kind of nice. He's a jolly purple fellow. So you can give your presents to either, and you get presents. You get rewards for bringing in. If you give 100, and I think you can only give 100 one time, then if you go to Maple Claus, you get the Christmas tree
Right.
weapon, just like the previous year. But if you go to Opongo instead, then you get a Versalmas Cactus, which is a polearm. I don't think the Christmas tree is a polearm. It might be a spear.
You get a cactus.
Yes.
That's very seasonal.
Yes, it is the Versalmas Cactus.
I see.
Well, now after you do that one time, then you can go back with fewer presents, and you can get various extra gifts, supposedly lesser gifts. One of the ones you can get from Maple Moss are these. It's holiday lights, Christmas lights. It's another
Is that
whip.
the whip?
Yep, it's
Oh,
another
okay.
whip, and it was very popular. People have, however, figured out how to exploit a glitch, and instead of playing the odds, whether they get the whip or not, they can force it to give them the whip every single time.
Oh.
No,
Okay.
that is what I would call a definite exploit right there, and I would
Right.
say that's wrong.
I would too.
One effect of that is that the whips were like the holiday lights. They were like worth 8 million at first. Now they're down to 2 million because so many people
Because
are.
everyone has one.
Yep, everyone's glitching it.
Hmm.
Now, whoever or whichever one of these two camps, Maple Moss or Versal Moss, has the most followers at the end of this patch, they get an extra gift.
Oh.
We don't know what it
Okay.
is yet. That's what
Interesting.
that's what you're rewarded for your allegiance. I think at first I would have predicted Versal Moss, and I sided with him. But with the popularity of these whips, which no one could have predicted, I think it's probably going to go the other way now. It'll be Maple Moss because everyone's bringing their
Okay.
presents there to get these whips.
Right.
Now you do have a third choice. There's a fellow in NLC. Oh, I forgot to mention that Versal Moss, the Opongo guy, he's in NLC as well. There's this guy
Oh, okay.
by the free market entrance called Grubber. And you can just exchange your presents to him. If you don't want to deal with either one of these other guys, you can exchange
Right.
your presents to him and you can get money. You get various levels of money, and every time you
Okay.
do it, apparently you get a chance to score 1,000,000 mesos every once in a while.
Interesting. Which never happens to you because that's Murphy's Law.
Well, I never tried it.
Okay.
I take all my
Well.
presents to Opongo.
Have you gotten anything good?
I got a whole bunch of what are they called? I can't pronounce it. Swiss cheese. It's Swiss backwards. It's Versal
Oh,
cheese.
okay.
It's disgusting looking. It's green. It looks like a Swiss cheese, only it's really moldy. But it gives a ridiculously large boost to magic attack for 2 minutes. It's like a boost of 225 to
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it only lasts 2 minutes, but in some situations it come in very handy. So I've gotten a bunch of that, and then you get all sorts of goofy things, like caramel candy onions, which is a HP.
Onions from a rat.
That's right. It's an HP/MP pot,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a couple of other things along those lines.
Okay. That's not too bad.
Then there's also the festival lights like the previous year, and you can do the Gelt chocolate quest.
What are Gelt chocolates? Because people were talking to me about this before, and we're looking forward to them.
It's I believe it's a defensive pot that will keep you alive in some very nasty situations.
And it was supposed to be like overpowered or something.
Right. And so
Okay.
they nerfed it,
Oh well, of
and
course.
it's harder to get them this year. And we also have the what is that quest called? Where you get the banana pies, the banana graham pies. Graham cracked. That quest, that's also back.
Okay. I see. Are the banana pies overpowered as well?
Yes, they're
Of course.
like the gelts. They are the same stats, but
Okay.
in order to get the things that you have to turn in for the graham cracker quest, you have to get these graham crackers, and for the gelt chocolate quest, you have to get altar pieces. Those are harder to find.
Oh, okay. And monsters just randomly drop them?
Correct.
Okay. I'll have to get on and check out Happyville because I missed Christmas last year too.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully I'll get a chance.
There's a couple other things in Happyville that are the same as the previous year. You get these Rudolph noses from NPC called Tori. You can do this.
Mhm.
You can do this every 24 hours, and it gives you minor boosts. It's a nose that you can wear, and it actually gives you stats. And it gives you a boost like 1 to your defense or 2 to something or other. The 2s are rarer, and so it's nice to get those. The thing with these though, they only last like 15 days.
Oh,
And they're
so
gone.
you can never. Okay.
All right. So people were selling them at first, but nobody sells them anymore. At least they're not going fast. Why bother? They're not going to last very long. And they
Right.
got, I believe it or I think they got slots. You could actually scroll these things, but why would you?
Why, I mean, I guess for the same reason you'd scroll pets stuff.
I
pet
suppose.
equips. But I mean, pet equips last 90 days,
That's
and
true.
if these are only lasting 15, then it's definitely not worth it.
Yeah. Also, there's the decorating Christmas trees.
Is that with the letters that you get from the setup screen or something like that?
Correct.
Or not from the setup screen, but into your setup
But
slot?
I don't think monsters drop the letters like they did in previous years.
So how do you get the letters then? This
You go
time?
to a special store and you buy them.
Oh, that sucks.
Well,
I mean, are they expensive?
I don't think they are. I haven't done it myself, but
Well,
So-
they should have had monsters dropping them. Would have been more fun to collect them all at least or something, you know?
sure. Oh, we also have this thing called the snowman.
Which I missed.
Yeah. You've got these things called never melting snows dropping monsters drop them randomly.
Mm-hmm.
You can stack 500 of them, but you need so many of these things to spawn the snowman that if you're gonna do it like we did as a guild, I had almost my entire storage crammed full of these stupid snows.
Oh,
I
wow.
think
How
it
many do we
takes.
need?
I think you need 50,000 or 75,000, some crazy
Oh,
number like this.
Crap, that's huge. And so everyone combined theirs and
Right.
summoned the snowman or something?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
we did. We had the guild event, and it was to
Mhm.
celebrate a wedding. And this is part of the wedding party. We went
Right.
and we filled up the snowblower thing and we summoned the snowman. Well,
Is
first,
there anything stopping other people from coming in after we actually summon it?
no, there's not. As a matter of fact, there's
That sucks.
a little notice that pops up on the channel if it's on your channel. It says the snowman has been summoned in the extra chilly zone or something like this.
Oh.
And that's your notice to get off that channel because it'll lag the living heck out of that channel.
Is it really that bad?
I've noticed it. I didn't think it was horrible.
Okay. And you just kill the snowman? It's just like another boss?
Yes, he's like a boss, except he is immune to just about every single spell that there is. And every single
So how do
skill
you
that
kill it
there
then?
is. Well, there's these boxes all over Happyville, and you break them open, and you get a mitten. You have to wear the mitten, and the mitten is like the earrings in the guild quest. Take it off, instant death.
Okay.
So
So
you-
anywhere outside Happyville? Or Happyville?
Right. And
Okay.
you talk to one of the snowmen. I forget which one it is. I think it's a snowman. And that lets you into that area where he spawns.
Mm-hmm.
And then once he's spawned, all these snowballs start dropping. You pick up the snowballs. You can carry 800 of them at once.
Okay.
And you just throw snowballs. Each snowball that hits him does 10 damage. And so it takes an awful long time to kill him.
I
He
see.
he
But
goes
does-
goes through 3 different bodies. Each time he gets bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And each one has more knockback on you. The final one,
Right.
when he jumps and he
Uh-huh.
hits you knockback, throw you across the entire map. It's hilarious, you know. You will be walking back, and then all of a sudden, like 5 or 6 people come flying past you, zing, and there's nothing that'll stop you. You hit the far
Oh, that's
wall
hilarious.
every single time it happens.
That must get annoying.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you try to stay on the short side because he'll be
Mhm.
nearer to one wall than the other wall of the map.
Hmm.
So you stay on the short side. So when he knocks you back, then you have less distance to travel back. Also, you jump,
Oh, okay. So it's
which
like,
is
so you don't get the knockback or you don't take the damage if you jump, kind of like
correct.
all
Correct.
the maple moms or not maple moms, mush moms.
Yes, correct.
Okay. But does it do a lot of damage back to you? I mean, because you're only doing 10 damage per hit to him, right?
Right. You know what? I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember what kind of damage he did. And then near the end of the third body, he starts dropping presents. You pick up presents. And you get various assorted things. I got 30 red pots. I was so proud. No,
That's
it's next.
all you got?
That's all I got.
I see.
But it was fun.
It sounds like a lot of fun. I'm disappointed that I missed it.
Well, we're kind of half-heartedly collecting snows again. Maybe we'll try and spawn it.
On the last day. Well, I'm sure I'll be able to jump in and try it out with someone. I'm sure someone's gonna spawn it again.
Oh, sure. I mean, well, there's noobs that just hang out in that room, waiting for people to come along and spawn it.
I see. Does it give good experience, or I mean, is the experience
Fair
anything worth getting?
amount of experience, I think. I think I might have gotten 0.5%. But there's so many people attacking it.
Yeah,
it
but
gets,
you're level like 117.
I know.
7%'s pretty good.
So if you're a noob there and you survive it, it's probably a pretty decent experience.
It's not too bad. Cool.
Yeah. And then
Is
we
there
had
anything else that was introduced?
yes. We had a whole, well, nothing new in terms of maps. But we had a whole series of events.
Leading to fourth job, right?
No. For the holidays. Double
this was the
EXP
ones-
and double
Mm.
drop events.
This was the one that ended on December 30th.
Actually, they had it really late on the evening of the 31st and into the 1st. So the end of the really late 30th and really late the 31st overnight. Actually,
So-
it was late for me. But
Right,
other events were like they varied. For a week they were in the evening, and then for a week they were in the late afternoon, things like this.
So they tried to cover everybody.
Right.
Oh, well, that's good, I guess. And then the character transfer was introduced, which I was interested in.
That's true. And we have started to get immigrants into Windia. And
Cool.
some people are kind of annoyed because I don't know if he still is, but there was some guy who was number 2 on the rankings in Windia, and he was an immigrant. And people were saying he shouldn't be on there. He's not a native.
That sucks.
Yep.
Because then, like the the high level people can just like travel around worlds where they become number 1 or something like that.
Well, the thing is with character transfer,
Mm-hmm.
what you get to take are your equips on your back, and then I believe 1 million mesos, and that's it.
Oh, I see.
So you're starting
That
over.
sucks.
You're starting over in a new world. So that hopefully limits people moving en masse from one world to another and overwhelming it.
Mm-hmm. Because we don't need any more worlds like Scania and Vera.
No, thank you.
No, there are
I'm-
way too many people in those. I'm happy with
Windia is so nice. I'm happy about being in Windia.
Another recent thing that they introduced was these pin resets.
Correct.
And it's like some automatic system, so you can just go in and if you have the email address where you first signed up, you just put in the email address in, and you can reset the pin if you forgot. And a lot of people are refinding their old characters.
True. So
I
you
think
just
I'm gonna go through with every email address I've had just to make sure I didn't have anything. Because I had a character back from beta, and I want to find it again.
What was it called? Do you remember?
Not at all.
And-
So, I don't know.
and-
I'll let you know if I find it.
Okay. I forgot before I forget, we also had a bunch of new hairstyles. Some of which are interesting, others are kind of goofy.
A lot of the hairstyles were stolen from the anime Bleach.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, I mean, they look... I think they are. They look really similar to a lot of the characters in the popular anime series lately. Which I guess is expected, because the whole art style of MapleStory is very anime-ish.
True.
So.
And they've shown before that they're not above stealing from other areas.
Yeah, I mean, the Screamer came from Final Fantasy VII, right?
I think so. That's what I've heard.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's so old that people just don't care anymore. Or no, not enough people play MapleStory for them to worry about it yet, I guess. Anywho's, you ready to move on, Wars?
Yes,
We've spent
let's.
long enough on news. Let's move on.
Oh! But I want to make one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to get some other enhancements that are coming with the 4th job patch, whenever that's supposed to be, middle of
Ooh.
January.
Is that, what's it called, mount thing gonna happen?
That might start, but
That'd be
also,
awesome.
the monsters, at least the higher level monsters, are supposed to get HP bars above them.
Oh, that's gonna be really nice.
Yep. Something called auto item rearrangement. I'm guessing what that means is if you get a really large inventory, it'll automatically arrange itself into like items. I'm guessing. I'm not sure.
That's really nice.
And there was something else that they're going to do too. Oh, I think they're going to implement the party leader change thing that we talked about a couple episodes ago.
Oh, I hope they do, because that'd be really useful, especially because my strength mage is in the Ludi Party quest area.
I heard that.
I'll be using that.
I'm not
That's
positive.
awesome. That's awesome. But hopefully it happens.
Hopefully. I think we could use all those things.
I hope we get those maps finally. I mean, those have been out in the other versions of MapleStory for like God knows how long.
I think it's kind of cool that we don't have maps.
Why?
Because it's mysterious. It's mysterious. There's parts of the world that are unknown.
Well, I mean, that's fine and dandy, but I mean, they can add different parts of the world as they go. I mean, as they add on more stuff, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, okay, first of all, if you're over level 50, chances are you've been to everywhere that Maple has to offer so far.
Probably.
And so, I mean, you've been there enough times to at least know. And if there's a couple places that you've missed, then I mean, I haven't been as deep as Anubis till really recently, actually. I didn't even know there was anything past the mines.
Oh, really?
And so, yeah, until I want to say early September or something. I mean, I didn't know there was anything down there. And so I stumbled down there in the burning zone and all that stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, just random little things I didn't know existed. So, I mean, it'd be nice just to have maps, I guess, somewhat detailed.
You have to start playing MapleStory again now.
I really do.
Because
really do.
we have to go and do those ZPQs.
I don't know if I can yet. Actually, no, I should be able to, shouldn't
Yeah, you should.
I? We'll see. We'll see. I'm horrible at bossing. I can't survive for the life of me.
Well, none of this is involving bossing. This
Oh,
is
right.
all,
We get to go
all
to
the
jump quest.
yeah,
Exciting.
and the scrolls.
Yeah. All right, I look forward to that.
Okay. Now let's move on.
All right, let's go. Let's go to newbie tips.
Newbie tip. Newbie tips. Because we were all noob once.
Is it wrong that I thought of cow tipping when you said newbie tips? You tip over noobs, then they can't get up.
You know what? My daughter was watching the movie Cars recently.
They go tractor
They
tipping.
go tractor tipping.
Best part of that movie.
It's close to the best part anyway, if it isn't. Okay, newbie tip number 6. Managing lag. Welcome to newbie tip number 6. Have you ever
Why, thank you.
noticed...
Why, thank you.
Oh, okay. You're welcome. Have you ever noticed a certain kind of weirdness while you're mapling? You hit monsters, but they don't respond for a few seconds. Or you come through a portal, and your friends tell you were just floating there for a good while. I have even died a few times from monsters that should technically have already been dead. This is, if you haven't heard, called lag. It comes in a few different flavors, but they all suck.
Yeah, they do.
When you get lag and there's a big event, or when the server says highly populated, well, this is Nexon's fault. They're notorious for their cheapness, and it seems like the servers are built for average usage and not built for maximum usage. This is called global lag, and there's nothing we can do about it other than complain to Nexon. The older and more popular servers like Scania are much more prone to this sort of thing, which is a downside to having a character there. It is often limited to the more popular maps, like the one that the GM events are held on, or just near the stupid TVs in towns. This is called situational lag. We can avoid this situation, or try some of the other things I will mention in just a second.
Those TVs aren't even used anymore.
No, I've never seen anything. I don't think I've seen anything broadcast on them in two and a half months.
Not at all. Nothing at all. Whatever.
Sometimes it seems like you are the only one experiencing this. Your friends are just fine. You are experiencing personal lag, but you can do something about it. First, what kind of computer are you running on? Does it meet the minimum specified for the game? If not, you likely can't run other stuff as well, and you might consider buying or getting your parents to buy or upgrade your computer for you. Also, the quality of your internet connection has a big impact. Next, look at what else is running on your computer. Are you downloading something? File sharers are notorious bandwidth hogs, and some are much worse than others. I suggest you shut them off completely. Are you playing music from the same computer? You can try shutting off the players, or try one that has less overhead. Browsers and word processors take less CPU cycles if they aren't actively doing something, but it doesn't hurt to try shutting them off as well. If you know what you're doing, you can try bringing up the task manager and see if there's some invisible stuff that's running. If none of this helps, try rebooting your computer. Windows is a horrible sloppy OS and it leaves all sorts of crap lying around while running. Eventually this will bog your machine down. I recommend rebooting your machine every other day, although for various reasons I have been guilty of leaving it go for weeks on end sometimes. Still not helping? Maybe you have too much installed on your machine. Uninstall some games and programs that are not using. Run the system checker. Use the defragger to compact the software that's on your computer, and run all of your malware, including your virus checkers and spyware cleaners. It is possible also to clean your system registry, but this can really screw your system up if you don't know what you're doing, so find an expert to help you. Good luck, and I hope you get rid of your lag.
Especially because Maple is such a big bandwidth hog itself.
True.
Maple takes everything. And process hog. Yeah, Maple just hogs everything all over the place. And then Nexon doesn't do enough to make up for it.
Yep, it's called bloatware.
Bloatware. Anyway, so...
You've reached the party center. We'll help you get ready for that next BQ.
I really like this party center stinger.
You do? Why,
No,
thank you.
Yeah, well, it's the second time I've heard it, and I just guess I didn't listen to it the first time.
Oh, shucks, I'm blushing.
Is that from the swamp? Sounds like crocodiles.
Yes, yes it is.
Hee
Now that one,
Rocks.
it took me a long time to figure out the right music to use for that one.
Yeah, music is key.
It
But
is.
no, it really fits. It fits really nicely.
It sets the tone.
Yes, it does. Alright, this party center is party center number 2, and it is about the Ludi Party Quest. So, levels 30 to 35 are like the most impossible levels to gain. But, once you actually do, it's smooth sailing, more or less, from 35 to about 50 at least. And so, of course, I'm talking about the Ludi Party Quest. Now, I recommend this to everyone, even if you don't like party quests, and I know there's plenty of people who think it's a waste of time because you just wait around way too long to get into one and whatnot. I seriously suggest that you give it at least one shot. because out of all the party quests, I feel that this is the best one.
Good memories from LPQing.
It is a great thing, especially because that's when people are starting to. You kind of after you get past level 35, you started to weed out the people who aren't really consistently playing, and so you'll be meeting people who you'll probably see up until at least your third job.
It's true.
The Ludi Party quest starts on the 101st floor of the EOS Tower, which is located to the left of Ludibrium. This party quest requires a party of 6, and so as with the Kierning party quest, people kind of generally migrate into Channel 1 and find a party there, and then go to various channels from there once they find one. After getting 6 people in your party, you need to find a track. Now, tracks are immensely important in the Ludi Party quest, because people spend somewhere between 20 to 40 minutes getting through it. Even if you know exactly what you're doing, the 8th stage just could completely mess up your whole time, and it could take you forever. So, tracks are key, and if you don't have a track, people likely won't be in your party. Once you do find a track and situate yourself in a channel, you pretty much just sit around and do nothing for a bit, unless you're actually the leader. I mean, you whine and you complain and you yell at the leader a bunch.
It's called social networking.
Make some friends, talk to people. Well, also though, but people might yell at you while you're talking to people, because the little speech bubble comes above your head, kind of displaying your name, giving other people your name as a track. But, don't let it bother you, whatever. You're going to be tracked anyway if you get in often enough.
That's why you name yourself VVVMMVWWVVVIII.
One.
God, I hate those people.
I haven't been on often enough, but I wonder if there's more of those people now that the name change ability has happened. I wonder if people change their names at level 35 and then change them back at level 50 or something.
I wouldn't put it past some people to do it, but I haven't noticed particularly anymore of people named like stuff like that.
It's because they're all in the 101st floor of the Party Quest.
That's right.
I mean, once you're done with that place, you don't go back. There's nothing up there.
I haven't been there.
Anyway, so if you're the leader, you track and you track and you track, and you're waiting until the party that's in the Party Quest currently is at a crack on the wall, because that's the boss stage of this Party Quest. So as soon as the people in the Party Quest get into the bonus stage, the leader should start clicking on the little bouncing stop
Go
sign.
leader, go leader, go click 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 click.
Out. Yeah. So leader will receive immense amounts of spam. Chances are there's already a billion people in the channel, and it's, you know what? Don't even bother doing the LPQ if it's a Friday night or Saturday night.
No.
There's no point. You won't get in often enough for it to be worth it at all.
Unless it's so very late, it's almost the next day.
Even then, you'd be surprised at how many people sleep early so they can get up early to Party Quest.
Rearranging your life around MapleStory. Oh my
It's
god.
the only way to win. It's not a game, it's a religion. Anyway, so unlike
Guilty.
the Carrying Party Quest, the parties can't do the bonus hog thing anymore. The game lets another party into the channel's Party Quest 10 seconds after they start a bonus, which lasts about a minute long. The Ludi Party Quest consists of 8 stages and a boss stage, which are all pretty straightforward. So, once you get the hang of it, you just kind of cruise through it, and you're out generally within 20 minutes. A little longer if you have a noobish party, because it's going to take you a while to kill Alishar, of course. So stage 1 is probably the easiest and least complicated. You just kill all the rats. Each rat drops a pass. Collect all the passes, and you'll need all 24, and you just move on to the next stage by clicking on the balloons. Not the sergeant, because he gets you out, which I did, by the way.
Whoopsie.
My party hated me for that.
Noob, go away.
Yeah. It's been a while since LPQ.
And yet
alright,
the
so
scars
stage
are so deep.
I know. So embarrassing. And everyone was like, noob, and I was like, no, I have a priest. And they're like, noob. And I was like, oh. But anyway, alright, stage 2, slightly more complicated. After stage 1 has been cleared, you kind of only want one party member to go in through the door.
Yeah.
And the reason for this is because the second box from the top is a transport teleport box thingy portal. Basically, when it's broken, it takes everyone on the map and shifts them over to another location, which has this giant long rope that everyone has to climb who got in there, and it's really annoying if your whole party's in there. So you send one person in, they break the box, and while they're at this other location, the rest of the party comes in and breaks all the other boxes. Each box has a pass, and the other location should have 4 boxes, and make sure you get all 4 passes, because there's no way to get back in if you come out. Once you have all the passes from that stage, you head on to stage number 3. And stage 3 is pretty much the same thing as stage 1. You kill all the little purple octopus thingies, blocktopuses, or whatever they're called.
Octopusi.
And you collect a pass from each of them. And there's a gazillion of them at the bottom, so make sure you send a cleric down there, because the people down there is going to need it more than the people up top. But stage 4 has to do with killing these monsters in the dark, which makes little sense, I guess, if you first go in. The
It's
top 2
mysterious.
portals... What?
It's mysterious.
It's dark.
It's dark.
Well, I mean, okay, so it's this giant vertical map, and you want to jump down to the bottom and climb upward. And the top 2 portals have magician, or they're called mage portals more commonly, and the bottom 3 are warrior portals.
Sure.
And basically all that means is the top 2 portals have monsters in them that are weak to weak to magic attacks, whereas the bottom 3 portals are weak to weapon attacks. And you can only deal damage to these things while their eyes are open, and when their eyes are closed, they kind of blend into the background, so you can't really see them, but you do still take damage, don't you?
This, yeah,
No, maybe.
No, you don't. This stage confused me
okay.
so much the first time I did it. What am I doing?
You just walk in, and it's just, you see nothing, because you can, it's easy to miss, though, too, because if their eyes are closed and you just walk past them,
Oh, you can't see him at all.
yeah, they do a really good job with it, so, I mean, once you could mistake it for an empty room, and you just get so confused, and then you just end up dying, and you're like, what? But yeah, so watch for the monsters in the dark, and make sure you're in the right portals, because otherwise you'll be doing like horribly low damage, and it won't be worth it. Unless you're strength mage, in which case you do horrible damage in all the portals, so you just don't go in them. Stage 5 is probably one of the most competitive stages, I'd say. I don't know. Well, once you get into stage 5, there's a huge race to whoever can get to the top first if you're a magician. Because the very top portal is called the mage portal, and the very bottom portal is called a thief portal. But for some reason, the thieves can figure out who wants to do the thief portal and be civil about it, but the magicians are always racing to the top.
Yeah,
So-
shameful.
Basically, including these 2 portals, there's a total of 6 portals. And each member of your party should be going into one of the portals, climbing the rope, or teleporting if it's the mage portal, or using dark sight and climbing ladders or whatnot if it's a thief portal. But you, they should be going in. There's 4 boxes in each portal's alternate location stage thing. Tower. It's called a tower. Anyway, so there's 4 boxes in each one. Make sure you grab all the 4 passes, and you head on back and give them all to your party leader, who will double click on the balloons, and you'll move on to stage 6. In stage 6, the only thing you need to know is 133 221 333 123 111.
It's the
And if
magic
you don't
number.
know this, exactly, it's your lucky number. It's everyone's lucky number.
That's right.
You should already have it memorized.
Tattoo it on the inside of your eyelids.
Yeah, that can do wonders for when you grow old. You close your eyes and you see saggy numbers. That's so wrong. But yeah, no. So I mean, if you don't know it, it's no big deal. Someone's just bound to tell you because it takes like 4 seconds to type up. And this is the stage no one really cares about. But you don't get experience from it either, so it kind of sucks. Oh, I forgot to mention. Back on stage 5, they're the rombots that the thieves need to go through using dark sight. If you touch them, they do about 8k damage.
Ouch.
Yeah, you'll die, so don't do it. And yeah, just don't touch them.
I did it once because I didn't believe it.
Did you have passes?
What's that?
Did you have any passes?
No, I didn't.
See, if you go through one of the portals and you actually have 4 of the passes, and then you end up dying on these rombots, your party will completely hate you because,
Yes, they will.
first of all, they can't continue on without those passes, and
That's
2,
right.
you just died for the most stupidest reason in the whole
That's
party
right.
rest. All you have to do is not touch them, and you They're not even hard to dodge. You just don't go down there.
That's right. Just don't go down there.
But so, all right, don't do that. And so moving through stage 6 with the pure memorization, stage 7 is where you actually need this assassin or hunter.
Hmm.
And if you don't have one, this is where the party hates you as well, and they usually blame the party leader, so you're safe if you're not. But the sinner, the hunter, climbs up the ropes to the left, and they kill the rats or bloctopuses or whatnot. And when the pass drops from them, it drops onto this box, and the box and the pass kind of like cancel each other out, disappear, and a Rombot is summoned down below, where hopefully everyone else is.
Yay! This is this is
So-
my favorite stage. My favorite stage. I love fighting these things.
Well, I mean, when it gets to be a problem is when you're like a cleric and everyone else is a sin, and then they decide to summon all of them. I mean, there's okay, so you can summon 3 of these things, and each one of these things summons like smaller yellow golem thingies.
Right.
And if you're a ranged character, you can't deal damage unless you have distance between them and you. But it gets to the point where they're all like all these things are summoning various other things, and you just can't deal damage to anything anymore. And it's horrible. I hate people who do that. But if you do have a warriors or bandits in your party, or enough warriors or bandits in your party, then you should go ahead and summon all 3 because you'll be through that stage faster.
Oh yeah.
But once you do collect all 3 passes from the Rombots, you're on to the last stage. Stage 8 is pretty much the same thing as stage 4 in the Carrying Party Quest, but this time instead of 6 barrels, you have 9 boxes, and you have 5 people on top of them as opposed to 3 from before. So you line up everyone on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you just iterate through. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. And once it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, you just go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and just keep going.
Sure.
You'll get through them all, and people start yelling at each other about, moving around, and everyone ends up screaming at each other on the stage all the time. And then, what's with all these people who claim that different methods are faster?
I don't know. It's superstitious behavior. They got lucky one time, and what they thought was a method was just pure random luck, and so they think they got to do it that way now every single time. And they'll sit there.
Exactly.
They'll sit there and fight about which method to use too.
Which ends up taking so much time because half the people don't even know what the method they want to use is, like, how to go about doing it. And
It's completely
just-
random.
It's random, so it doesn't really matter which method you use. You could be right on the first try. You could be right on the last try. I don't get it. So anyway, you can just ignore them or fight with them or whatnot. But after everyone's situated on the blocks, kind of like in Carrying Party Quest, the leader clicks on the balloons and the big X or the correct or clear shows up, and you just keep going until you get it cleared. And once you have cleared stage 8, which by far is the longest, you're on a crack on the wall. And this houses the Ludi Party Quest boss, Alishar. Now, a ranged attacker needs to kill the little rat once again to have its pass drop on the box to summon Alishar. And once Alishar is summoned, everyone just starts beating the living daylights out of him.
Yay!
Now, Alishar really only does 4 things, I guess. He has this attack where he turns himself upside down and screeches, and there's a lot of bright white light and some blue,
Scary.
and everyone takes some damage. He also does have he has a spell that induces darkness, which decreases your accuracy, which sucks horribly, and a spell that induces seal, which keeps you from doing magic spells, which sucks insanely.
Run into the corner and hide till it goes away. If you don't have any all cures.
Right, definitely keep some all cures or holy waters on you or whatnot, just because you have to get rid of seal if you have it, because that'll just end up killing you. Finally, he summons 3 different types of Chronos: the regular kind, the platoon Chronoses, and the master Chronos, as damage progressively increases.
I got an interesting question.
Yes.
Will these Chronos that are summoned possibly drop things?
No.
Like equip?
They
Oh.
they never have. So
Okay.
they might. But I highly doubt it. I mean, they don't drop.
Oh, those gear things?
ETC drops. Yeah.
The cogs?
The cogs.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that they don't drop anything.
Ah,
But
okay.
they might. Which would be weird. But
That's why I
anyway,
asked. It would be weird.
That'd be amusing. And it would suck, because then there's just more stuff to fill up your ETC slot before bonus stage starts up.
That's true. You have to get rid of all that stuff. You forget.
So anyway, yes. Once Alishar dies, you give the keys that he drops to the party leader, and you head on to the bonus by clicking on the purple balloons, I believe. So in bonus, you break a bunch of boxes, you get a bunch of stuff, and you make sure you have space in your ETC slot and your use slot, because the final prize that you get at the very end would go into one of those slots, and if you don't have space, you'll have to stop and make space, which could cost your party from getting into the next party quest, actually.
In which case, they will hate you.
Yeah, there's a lot of room for hate in this party quest.
What you need, though, actually, is communication. And you need a party where there's more communicating than hating going on.
That's not too hard to find, actually. Surprisingly, of late.
Good.
But, I don't know.
You mean the
maybe now with all these
communication?
hackers on.
or the hating.
Oh, well, okay, you're right. A little of both, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of different ways you can communicate. And one I always tried to push with the parties I was in, like with all these different stages where you're going in the portals. Mark your portals.
Oh, definitely.
Drop 10 mesos in front of it. It'll stay there for long enough so that other people aren't going to come into the same portal as you and waste their time.
As well as possibly come into the same portal as you, thinking it's not been done, and you having just killed a monster, they steal half the experience just by being there.
Blah.
Because they are in your party.
Blah.
So, I mean, mark your portals. 10 mesos isn't much at all. And don't drop other things from your ETC, because you can sell those probably for more than 10 mesos. And yeah, I mean, just have fun. It's a great party quest. It keeps you entertained long enough that you'd like to do it over and over again, at least for a good 5 levels. Or so, I think. I enjoyed it. I still enjoy it.
Great fun.
It is good fun. It is good fun. So what's up next, Wares? You got something new for us?
Yes, still another new feature. And
Wait, hold on. Let me play the stinger for it.
I don't have a stinger for it.
We'll just wait and whistle. Kind of hum to
Doodly
ourselves.
doodly 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 doo. Stinger, stinger, stinger. This is where the stinger would go. Blah 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 blah. We'll edit the stinger in later. How's that sound?
Yeah, sounds good. Let's do that.
Okay. We've been talking a lot about hackers. Yes, they're back.
That's because they're everywhere.
So this
Not
new
that
feature,
I know, of course.
this is a new feature to actually help us with that. It's called Hacker Hunter, and it's going to have an awesome, cool stinger when I make it. Anyway, this is Hacker Hunter 1, and it's called Wasted in Wolf Cavern. Excuse me. Okay, they're back, and they're getting bold again. Yes, they are. They have found ways to evade the auto banner, and they are running amok in the absence of any GMs at all, it seems like. Of course, I'm talking about those sad, sad losers that are normally called hackers.
But we can call them sad losers.
Yes, sad, very sad, poor little puppies.
Mm-hmm.
Way to go, Nexon. You won a battle, and you thought you won the war. You sent the soldiers home too soon, and now we are paying for your cheapness. So how should a good legit respond to this? I mean, most of them are using the auto channel changer engine. So they disappear as soon as you enter the map.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you watch closely, when possible, you can see that they don't always CC immediately. This is one situation in which lag can actually help you. You may have only a second or two, but if you're fast, or clever, or both, you can still make a bust. I can't tell you that anyone is paying attention to the reports. Nexon will likely wait until the entire community is up in arms and protesting again before they do anything about it. But when they do, they'll likely look back at the reports. Until then, at the very least, it just feels good to catch these senseless fools in the act. Let me tell you about one example of thinking outside the box in order to make a bust. I was at the Spiders map maybe 3-4 nights ago. I was just grinding and dealing with the random map stealers that come in and other decent folk that just come by. When some vacking started. In case you don't know what vacking is, it's when the hacker makes the monsters fly to him or her, since they are too lazy to move their fingers enough to go to the monsters. It's also a way for them to steal your kills and perhaps kill you, since in a particularly evil move they will sometimes vac them right on top of you in order to get rid of you. Most vackers at Spiders, they like the lower right corner, but the ones I saw were flying up towards the center. When I went to the highest spot I could find, and I jumped, I could just barely see his red dot up there, where no one is supposed to be anymore. But how to get them? I tried leaving and re-entering the map, but that didn't get me close enough. That cocky little sucker he felt so safe up there he wasn't even using the auto CC hack. He was also dropping spiders onto the entrance platform and nearby plats through sheer sloppiness or maybe perhaps complete meanness. Then I had a hunch. I entered the cash shop and exited. Sure enough, it seemed to drop me from a higher level than onto the entrance platform than just entering. I could get a glimpse of him for half a second, so after a few tries, I got a perfect clear screenshot of him, complete with name and guild tag. Sweetness.
Ooh, very
In
nice.
a few seconds, I had it smegged, including his name and the guild affiliation, and saying I would send a screenshot on request. My screen erupted into green text showing that people were interested, and on getting a few emails for them, I sent out a few copies. I found out later from a guildie who knew the guild in question, which, by the way, is very legit guild, that he had quit the guild immediately, almost seconds after I had smegged. I also sent the screenie in to Nexon, although, like I said, this may or may not produce any reaction, since no one has even seen a GM in months.
Actually, though, they do take to screenshots more quicker, at least, than they do to regular
It
reports.
seems like it. It seems like it. If a regular report, they have to go and gather evidence. But if you send
Right.
them the evidence, at least back when there were GMs, it seemed like they took the screenshots more seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, this is going to be likely your only option with many of the hackers you find because they won't be gilded.
Right.
But take the screenshots and send them anyway. It's the least you can do for your community, and Nexon may actually even take action on them someday. Thank you.
Someday.
Someday. Hopefully
Like when Fifth
sooner.
Job comes out.
Hopefully sooner than later.
Man, hacking is back. That's great. That's just more incentive for me to get it back on MapleStory.
It feels so good to bust these guys.
It does. It does. But I mean, now that like the Hime maps are definitely going to be hacked, all the high level maps like Gobi is probably training's going to be impossible.
There's some maps where they're not at. They still. Some of them have what seems like shame or at least self-preservation. They'll run away from you. A lot of them will. I caught one today at Baines. He was hiding down in the steam pits.
Oh, I see.
It was only
It's
the
hard
sound.
to see down there.
Yeah, it was the sound, and I could see the damage flying above the steam, and I knew he was in there.
Stupid hackers, messing up our game.
You will see them because you, if you're like most players, you go to certain maps. You're familiar with them. You know the patterns that the monsters make as they spawn.
Oh, right.
And
when
so
they
you'll
kinda are all
notice-
jerky and doing
Right,
things
right.
awkwardly.
If you're familiar with the map, you've trained there before, you know it almost immediately. Something's weird,
Mhm.
and usually that something weird is a hacker screwing with the map.
And hopefully this won't pour into Leofree when it opens up on January 15th.
We'll
I
see.
wonder if Nexon's going to do something about it. They might be able to.
They'd have to crack open their wallets, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Which isn't likely to happen anytime soon. Because they don't like doing that much.
Unless we make them pay attention.
By yelling and screaming and demanding GMs.
Exactly.
Alright, well, considering we got like another 8 emails, we said that we wouldn't wait another like month before recording, and then we did, and now we have more emails and voicemails to show for it.
Whoopsie.
Yeah. Alright.
But we like
let's jump into
voicemails.
We do like voicemail. It just overwhelms us sometimes.
It's a good problem to have.
Radio emails.
Alright, so I guess we'll just start up with the first email. Or voicemail.
Hey guys,
Yes.
this is Shamanto. Whereas you probably know me from your buy list. I am level 3x or 30x or whatever, playing Windia, and I was thinking about something while I was walking through Ludi, and I was wondering what would happen if Ludi were to be destroyed. I think wouldn't it rip a hole through the universe or something? Either way, I think I'd like to hear you two talk about this. I think that'd be awesome. And love your radio show. And by the way, my best and worst times were probably when, one, my worst time, when I asked for a temp ban while the GMs were up and about actually banning people last year. And I got a permaban, losing all of my characters, some actually pretty high levels. My best time was probably when my best friend in Maple and just having fun with my fire poison mage. That was some really good times. Alright, guys, thanks for listening. Bye.
So Shimatsu talked to us about Ludibrium and having it destroyed.
Ah, yes. Did you
Yeah.
know that Shim just joined our guild?
Oh, did he?
Yes.
Ah.
He applied he applied a while ago, and I've been talking to him. Like I end up talking to all candidates usually
Right.
in game, and he has come up with this theory about what would happen to the entire Mapleverse if Ludibrium was destroyed.
Is this because it has all that lost time and forgotten time part? to it?
Right, right. So there's a very
Okay.
sort of mysterious sort of, what am I trying to say? Like it's the center of space-time or something like this.
Mhm. Well, it's the center of time, but possibly not space.
Okay, so if time ended,
Okay, well, fine. Let me put it that way. Well, it's not just time that's ending, it's lost time that's ending, or forbidden time, which is supposedly
Right.
forbidden and no one knows about anyway.
Correct. So maybe if Ludibrium was destroyed, then the universe would be set to right. And all these crazy monsters would go away and we'd have nothing to do.
We have nothing to do. We can talk to people. We can build houses. I always wanted you know what I wanted in Maple? I want to, like, you could, it'd be kind of cool if you could, choose, like, an occupation. And then you could, like, build an estate and have your own, like, house somewhere. That'd be awesome.
Ah,
Kind of like the many other online RPGs.
isn't that called Sims?
Well, yeah, okay, kind of like The Sims, but The Sims don't have monsters that you can go out and train on as well.
Ah, okay. I see what you're saying.
Because then, like, I mean, you could have a player who actually owns the house in Ludibrium in that, like, giant emptiness or something. And, they could have a house, and then people could go out and fight, and you could have people come to your, like, restaurant or whatnot, and you could offer various things, and you'd gain experience, but in a different kind of way.
Interesting.
I think it'd be kind of cool. But yeah, Ludi dies, and I don't think anything would actually happen, because time would still be fine, and space would be fine, and lost time would be messed up, but it's time that's been lost anyway, so no one really is, unless someone is looking for it. I wonder what happens if you were in Ludi when it gets destroyed.
Would you be outside the fabric of space-time?
Possibly, which would be cool.
Whoa. So where would you live if you were to build a house?
Probably in Florina.
Ah, okay.
I enjoy the music in Florina, and I think there needs to be more real estate there.
Cool. Oh, so you want more maps there?
I do want more maps in Florina. I mean, you have a beach, and I think they should go past that and have something with like coral or I don't know, just golf
Ooh.
beaches. Have a sandcastle and something to explore inside or something.
Oh, fun.
That would be fun. You could have sand fights. Yeah, because snow is overrated. No, I'm just kidding. I love snow.
I think I would live north of Alinea. Those giant trees.
Be a hermit.
Not necessarily.
Shop in a tree. I can see how that'd be good for business.
Who said I'm going to have a shop?
Why don't you have a shop in a tree? That's awesome.
Okay, well then I would be in the town of Alinea.
Oh, okay, fine. Just because you enjoy the music, or does it have to do with your mage ancestry?
Oh, the mage angle, but I just like giant trees.
Okay.
I just think it's cool. Tree houses, that sort of thing.
Awesome. All right. Okay, let's move on.
Whoa, serious pause there.
Yeah. Well, that'll be edited. No one will know it existed. But see, I'll leave this part in, so people will be hearing about it being edited, and they'll be like, "Wait, what pause?"
What
And
what
it'll be cool.
what did we hear?
There was no pause. There is no spoon.
We're just screwing with your little heads.
Hey Shravan, hey Wares, Croy15 aka Aaron here, and Happy New Year! Hope you guys have been having a good one. The hackers sure seem to be, because they're back with a vengeance. They flee before I can even click on the report button, whether it's channel changing or even flying. It's really stupid too. I mean, just because they defame me or report me for reporting them doesn't change the fact that they hacked. Oh well, guess the best thing to do is hope for a miracle with this. Anyways, the party that you guys threw is really fun, but there's just one little problemo. You cut me and another guy out of the photo. No fair. Total F4 right there. And before I go, I got a question for both of you. What holiday did you choose? MapleMoss or Versalmoss? Well, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a fun 2008.
So, no, Aaron was definitely one of the ones who sent the voicemail about the hackers, which is one of two reasons why I knew about it at all.
Okay.
But she also was talking about which MapleStory holiday we choose, and you said you choose Versalmoss, and you actually
Versalmoss.
did choose Versalmoss.
Yes, I did.
I would actually probably choose the MapleMoss just because I am a fan of Santa Claus and MapleMoss.
But it's a cat.
A cat? Wait, it's a cat? Oh, Santa Claus is a cat. I see. Well, that explains why Versalmoss is a mouse, but it makes them seem like they're competing. Like.
Right,
I don't know.
right. Well, that's what you're led to think at first, but then they realize that they're not competing.
I see. Care to elaborate?
No, because I don't remember the details.
Alright, fair enough.
No. Maple Claus says, well, Maple Claus during the quest says, well, I have to think about it, and then goes away and then comes back and says, you know what? I can see something to admire in the Versalmoss holiday, and as long as you have the spirit of the holidays, it doesn't matter who you get your gifts from. And there's some kind of sweet sentiment like that. I don't remember exactly what it is. But basically, Maple Claus isn't going to hate you if you go to Opongo, and Opongo isn't going to hate you if you go to Maple Claus, so there you go. Blah.
Where's Opongo from? Is that a play on words on some kind of rat?
I haven't figured that out, but he's from Versal, which is the same place that the Glimmer Man is from, and some of the other characters in NLC.
NLC. Does
Yeah.
the Glimmer Man do anything yet?
The Glimmer Man is one of the 3 NPCs that you take your card game bits to, and he makes the.
Okay.
He's the one you take the stuff to make weapons. I haven't made any weapons, so I'm just guessing. I think that's what he does now.
Okay. I didn't know that before. I thought he was just there, and they haven't done anything with him yet. But then again, it's been a month, so it might have came up recently. But yeah, no, Aaron, sorry about cutting you and the other guy out of the picture. It just had to be resized down, which is why we asked everyone to come down, but you were up there, and I didn't know what to do, so I didn't really have a choice, and I'm sorry. But the next time we have a party, we'll definitely... Next time we have a party, we need to fix this. There needs to be more organization. Apparently, a week isn't long enough.
No. Perhaps not.
We got so many emails and just telling us, asking us to change party times, which we understand that it's not going to be, the perfect time for everyone. But we got a lot of emails also saying that people missed the party because they didn't know about it because they listened to the episode a week after it came out, and they listened to it like the day after the party or whatnot.
Oh, whoopsie.
So yeah, maybe we got to plan earlier.
That's why you must have our website up all the time and keep clicking refresh on it constantly.
Control R.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Now, Erin, I like her voicemails. The first voicemail, she said something to the effect, I think, of she didn't like her voice or something like that. But I think she has a fine voice and interesting voicemails when she sends them in. So there you go.
Definitely. And it's always great to hear people who send interesting voicemails. Not that everyone doesn't. Alright, let's move on to our next listener.
Hey, Mr. Shravan and Mr. Wares. This is Ariana, also known as Hardek Source from the Windia server. I've been playing Maple for over a year, and the sad thing is, none of my characters have passed level 50, which I find really, really sad. I really enjoyed the last episode. The Zakam quest corner was really helpful. Also in the voicemails, Jake, or Madman80, had a problem downloading MapleSea and Maple Global. I tried that a few months ago. I think it was before summer. Maple Global and MapleSea are basically almost exactly the same file. Like, if you have any other program on your computer, if you have the same file, it kind of overrides itself. The thing is, again, I don't think you can have both of them on your computer at the same time. Once you have Maple Global and you download MapleSea, it takes over the place of Maple Global. It has the same shortcut file. It leads you to the same place, and it downloads in the same place. I don't know what you can do to have both of them on your computer, but if you do find out, please tell me. Also, there are problems with KSers. That's a rant I would like to send you. I was in Ant Tunnel 1, training my level 27 dit, and all of a sudden this level 30 comes out of nowhere and just starts KSing me. I ask him to stop nicely and change channels, but he doesn't. So I defame him and I leave. There's a real problem with KSers, and they have no respect whatsoever in the game. People like that really get on my nerves. Also, I have an idea for a conversation about Maple love. What do you think about people having Maple boyfriends and Maple girlfriends? I would really like to hear you guys' opinion on that. And thank you guys.
So, Ariana, thanks for the voicemail, because I definitely didn't know that the programs were definitely really similar and could actually override each other like that. I'm sure that whoever sent the email before would really appreciate it too, just because it's good information, good to know. But yeah, no, we're glad you liked the new party center thing. It's good addition, because we actually got quite a few emails thanking you for that, Wares.
Cool.
Which, because I mean, a lot of our listeners probably aren't as high enough of a level to actually participate in it yet, and it's interesting to just hear those things. I'm actually going to try the pirate party quest, because I've been too lazy to get to level 100 in the past 2.5 months, so, which has actually turned out to be good. So I can actually try out that new party quest and tell everyone how much it sucks.
I can't do it.
I've heard so many bad things about it though.
Oh really?
People are just saying it's not worth doing at all.
Because you take so much damage, or so much kills you have to make, or
I think they just made it too hard or something. Like the boss is near impossible to kill or something.
Ah.
I don't know. Hopefully I won't have trouble getting in.
So you want to go when you're near 100?
Yes.
Got it.
I think. Maybe. Or maybe it just sucks in general. I don't know. I'll check it out and let you guys know.
Please do.
But she also wanted to know about Maple Love and our thoughts about it.
Maple what?
Maple Love.
Maple Love.
About having Maple boyfriends and Maple girlfriends and what we think about it.
Interesting.
Do you have any thoughts, Wares?
I'm way too old for most of the females in this game.
And you're married.
And I'm married. Although there are different kinds of love.
Shouldn't that have come first?
It's a good thing my wife doesn't listen to this. What I was saying is, there's different kinds of love.
Mm-hmm.
I have parental love to some of the characters who look to me as dad. I'm a Maple dad to somebody. So yeah, there's a different kind of love now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. Well, I always thought that the whole thing with Maple is, again, you should be wary of it because it is, I guess, online dating, and you should never give anyone your information, like your phone numbers or your
Yes, be careful.
addresses or whatnot, because no matter how long you've known them, they could be like creepy old men or whatnot.
Icky.
Well, I mean, you never know. You never know.
That's
Not
true.
saying that everyone you actually ever meet on the internet are creepy old men, but as a lot of people say, there's no such thing as girls on the internet.
Really?
Yeah, well, yeah, no, a lot of gamers actually say there's no such thing as girls on the internet because it's
So these are
mostly
guys who
guys
can't get
playing
girls.
Exactly. So,
No, actually, I've heard that MapleStory is one of its success. One of the reasons for its success is that it does appeal to young females so much.
which is great. I mean,
Exactly.
because it's just a whole other side of gaming that people need to get
But like we've mentioned many times,
into.
a lot of the female characters in MapleStory are played by males. So
Me.
yeah, actually me too now. So, blah.
So, yeah, be wary of it. But other than that, I think that, again, with all kind of internet relationships, it's more of, like, it's more personality that you kind of get to know. You get to know the person for who they actually are, and you don't judge people on their looks or...
That's the
So I
cool
think
part of it. Yeah.
That's a great positive. You actually get to know someone, and possibly people you'd never actually even talk to in real life just because you would shy away from them just because of their looks.
True.
So I do approve of it, and I'm not as paranoid as a lot of people are about it, but do be wary and stay careful. But other than that, I think it's a really interesting aspect, just being able to talk to people, getting close to someone, without actually having to judge them on very shallow aspects of their life.
Good point, Shravan. Very good point.
You can see I've given this a lot of thought.
There's several guildies who want me to marry their mules so that I can go on the APQ.
Well, that's another reason to get married.
It's another reason to get married.
But see, that's not maple love. That's just
that's a way for Nexon to make some more money.
Yeah, definitely. And the APQ is, I've done it once, and
Aye.
it's the most complicated thing ever. First of all,
Ooh.
no one explained anything to me, and I was just running in circles and apparently clearing things, and I didn't know what I was doing at all.
Sounds like fun to me. I like
was-
complicated.
Well, if we can figure it out, maybe we'll get married. We'll do that.
To each other?
Well, I have a female character, and you have wares.
This is true.
We'll consider it. We'll invite everyone to our wedding. It'd be awesome.
Would they let me marry my own mule?
They might actually, if you had another person. Yeah, if you had another person on your computer on your account,
I'd have
Actually,
to
I
have
don't
two
know.
different.
No,
I'd have to have
yeah.
two different accounts.
it'd have to be on another account.
That's right. I think that may be what I'll do.
Oh,
Because
wait, I
it
can
just
marry
seems
my
weird to me.
female character. That'd be
There
awesome.
you go.
Now I just
Is that
gotta
different?
steal my sister's laptop and install Maple on it.
Yes. What am I going to do for another computer? Ha.
Go to the
I'm
library.
I'm going to take my real life daughter's computer privileges away. I'm sorry. It has to be down here.
Just like, yeah, steal a computer. I'm sure she'll
Dad!
appreciate that.
No, she would not.
It's the internet. You know how hard it is to go for a week without the internet? It's impossible. No, it's pretty. But anyway, all right, let's move on. Thanks for the email again, Ariana. It was very well put together, and I enjoyed the conversation about Maple Love.
Hey there, Shravan and Wares. This is Hardex Rose again. I was on Sleepywood last night, and I was reading through this very long but very interesting subject on Windia. It's what you think about immigration. Nexon made that new world change thing for 25k NX, and I want to know what you think about the immigration thing and how people should be treated. Thank you guys, and I hope to talk to you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.
Okay, it was Ariana again. Okay, so this time it was about the immigration from different servers to various other servers, and how or there was a bunch of arguments apparently on various forums on whether Nexon should have made that available. But I actually think that 25k is. I mean, considering that you lose everything, like you said, because you lose everything but your equips,
Right.
and you don't even get your ETC stuff, or you get everything in your inventory.
No, I don't. I'm pretty sure you don't get your. Well, you can take a
Oh,
million
just the stuff
mesos
you're
worth.
wearing. You
Yeah.
can take, oh yeah, and a million mesos.
So
But
you put
still,
your
I mean-
godlies on, equip your godlies, and that's it. That's all you get to carry.
I see.
Which is as it should be, I think.
So yeah, it does provide enough incentive for people who really wish to change servers, because I'm sure there's a lot of people in Scania Bera that have just gotten tired of the unbearable lag in there. Yeah, they can change over to Maria, and I'm glad that gives them an option of it, but it makes it so that it won't make everybody switch servers like every week, because there are a lot of people who do spend a lot of NX.
If you're an immigrant, you're going to have to struggle a little bit in your new world,
Yes,
and that is as it should be.
very much so. But if you're a high enough level, I mean, and if you have friends in your new world too, I'm sure they'll be willing to help you out for switching over to their world.
Oh, sure.
So, I think it's a reasonable price for what it does, and it's not something like relatively useless, I guess, as like it's not something equipable or that expires in 90 days. It's a well item. It's a good item that they put out. I think it was just a matter of time before it came out. So if it wouldn't have come out earlier, it's going to come out later anyway, because people have been demanding it for a while as well.
Well, this is a way for them to equalize the demand on all their servers and server farms and make money while doing it.
Just making money is what everyone does best, especially
Well,
Nexon.
especially Nexon, exactly.
Not spending it. All right, gonna move on to the next voicemail, and I'm gonna run to the restroom actually while it plays. I'll be back.
Okay, hurry up.
Hey guys,
Run,
CT4
run.
Skinny here, level 64 Sin. Just wanted to say, love your podcast. Found out about you guys from Hidden Street, was looking at their website one day and saw they updated their affiliates and clicked on you guys, and best thing I've ever clicked on. It's awesome. I've listened to you since about episode 6, and it's been great. I love to hear different people's points of view about the game, and actually hear some news, because I had no idea that MapleStory was actually on Fox about the addiction thing, and then I looked it up on YouTube and watched the video that they have of it, and was really quite interesting. But I love it. It's awesome. I roped many of my friends into listening to it. Gif being one of them. We were having a sleepover and playing MapleStory until about, I think it was 2 in the morning, I'm not sure, but we had a great time, and we listened to you guys for about 4 hours, most of your episodes. By that time, you were at about episode 8, I think. And also, I'd like to applaud Nexon on New Leaf City. It's awesome. I love it. The pots are amazing. They are great. I love them. Warrior elixirs, pizza pots. I have an entire mule devoted to buying these pizza pots, and I'm just baffled by how awesome it is. And the griffins in Mountain Cliffs, the second to last map in the portal all the way to the right of New Leaf City. It's awesome. It's about 220 EXP per 1 to 2 hit kill, and it's just a great training spot. They're just like these huge flying birds, falcon-like things that have 4 legs and just sort of crawl through the air, and they have pretty good drops. Chance of getting Steelies, great for Sins. I've gotten every single drop about 5 different times except for Steelies. It's kind of annoying by now, but it's awesome. I've had a great time. Ludi Maze PQ, it's great too. I've done that, bounced back and forth between those 2 places. Got quite a bit of money and experience from those 2 places, so just wanted to share all that with you guys, and hope you have a great Maple experience. Talk to you later. Bye.
So, um, yeah, Sea Thief has talked to us about um, NLC and how much he loves it, which is great because NLC is a really it was when NLC first came out, that was a really good patch. A lot of new things came out. The whole New Leaf City concept was just really good. Wolf spiders are just so amazing.
Woohoo!
So I mean, it was a really good patch. And
those pots, those potty pots.
and those pots. So what does pizza actually do that makes it so amazing?
Well, it just it gives you it. It's an HP pot, but it also gives you MP at the same time, and it just gives you a good gives you good bang for your buck. You get a lot. You get a good amount for your mesa.
Interesting. So they're better than mana elixirs?
Well, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well.
Although I will use those too, much to a certain person's consternation. They're supposed to be low leveled, but if they drop, if they drop, people ask me sometimes, how do you get so rich? Well, if you use the pots that the monsters you're training on drop, those are pots you didn't have to pay for, aren't they?
Yeah. No, definitely. And you might as well just set them to a button and just hold it down for a couple seconds.
Sure,
It
why
only
not?
takes another like 2 seconds.
It seems like a lot of people have this bias about which pots they should be using.
Everyone loves these red bean sundaes.
Those are nice ones. They are expensive though compared to the NLC pots that you can use instead.
Okay, well I'll have to go down there and check those out. I actually haven't looked at any of the pots in NLC ever since the original like spike in prices.
Good God, man. What
There's a lot
rock
of
have you
stuff.
been hiding under?
One called December.
Oh, yeah, that'll happen.
Alright, let's move on.
Okay.
Yo, what's up, guys? This is Kafuknub from the Barilla server, level 58 Spearman. And I just want to say, I'm really glad you guys made a DPQ guide because me and my friend tried it today and we were so lost. We had no idea what we were doing. And it's just a really good idea for you guys to do that. And I just love you guys' podcast, so just keep it up. Alright, see ya.
So, alright, question, Perfect Nub. You said that you liked that we did this DPQ thing, which is great, but you said you got lost, and was that because we apparently didn't do the DPQ thing clearly enough, or you guys did it and got lost and that's why you were glad that we talked about it?
It wasn't entirely clear. I took it that they got lost because it is an easy place to get lost in.
Oh man, I did that. I did the whole cave thing once, and those things like lead to each other, and it gets really complicated.
It helps to be connected. If you can get a party of friends together and then get together on Vent, if you all have microphones, or on Ventrilo, or get together on Skype, it helps.
Yeah, because then that's just less time you're talking, more moving, which saves a lot of time.
Yep.
Hey guys, Shravan, where this is Danny, or you know me in the game as Jack7Dude1. I was just looking at the Aqua Radio website and I saw the new banner thing. That's awesome. See a bunch of people from the party, and where do people get those Maple Mist hats and Diversion Mist hats? Well, see you in the game. Bye.
Oh, I'm really glad you liked the banner, Danny, because we had a great time at the party too. So I'm glad that we got as many people as we could into that banner, and I'm sorry that we couldn't get you in, Aaron, but we'll try next time.
Thanks for coming anyway, Aaron. We appreciate it. Thanks to everybody who came to the party.
Definitely.
Even though we were kind of a little unorganized about the whole thing, but it was still fun.
It'll happen again, hopefully with more organization.
Oh yes. And it'll be even more noob-tastic.
Yeah, well, I mean, hopefully we'll have a lot of listeners switching over to our server because they actually finally believe Windia is the best.
But not too many.
Not too many. No, not too many. Then again, considering looking at the numbers of people who actually did show up to our party, It doesn't look like we have as many listeners as we thought we did, Lewis.
Um,
I was like,
no,
well,
I don't. I think that doesn't reflect the amount of listeners we have.
Oh, well.
I think that's more of a
Okay.
reflection of changing the location, and then
Oh, yeah, we moved the location like 3 times.
that's right. Yeah, sorry about that.
So clarity is definitely number 1 priority on this next time.
Yeah.
But no, we did like that you came to the party. And what is this where do you get these maple mass hats that everyone's been wearing as well?
Oh, I left that part out. Completing that quest, I think you complete the Little Susie quest, and then you get that hat. It's a maple moss hat that you get.
Isn't
Or
that where
if
you get the nose? Or is that Tori's quest?
That's Tori's quest. That's
Oh, okay.
separate.
Alright.
The hat you get from Maple Claus, or do you get it from Little Susie? I can't remember. But there's an alternate version that you get from Opongo or Little Susie if you go that way. And I've got one of those instead.
Is it different?
Yes, instead of red, it's purple, and instead of reindeer horns, you've got mouse ears.
Oh, no cacti?
No, the cactus is the weapon you get
Oh, okay.
for 100 presents.
Well, alright. So, just because it's a purple hat now, I think I'm gonna have to go with the Bristol Moss.
Yes, another convert.
I'm gonna have to. It's purple.
Yes, it is very purple.
The last voicemail that we received was from Danny's sister, actually, I believe.
Huh.
Hi, I am Turtle Rock 7. I am Jack 7 Dude 1 sister. And I have a question. Why can't you guys do a video podcast for iPods? Bye.
So Danny's sister wants to know why we can't do a video podcast.
Oh, it rears its ugly head again.
Well, no, it's cool. It's cool. We can talk about this.
Sure,
Mostly,
yeah.
it's because we suck at video editing. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, afraid so. What do you think about possibly putting some kind of video elements on the website eventually, though? We might do something along those lines eventually. Other people doing most of the work for us.
Yes, but well, I guess we could on the website wise. We could also put stuff. I mean, if we get the problem with the videos is that our episodes don't have like a set defined length. We kind of
Exactly.
just talk and wing it, and then once we actually go through it, we're like, oh wow, we just spent 2.5 hours talking about this. And I mean, sometimes we spend an hour and 40 minutes, which you guys have seen plenty of. Sometimes we go a little longer, sometimes shorter. But I mean, you have to have the exact time down to actually put the video together.
Do you know, the listeners, dear listeners, what they go through to make a movie work? And that's the same sort of editing we'd have to do. And Shravan does enough work just editing the video. Now imagining trying to editing the audio. Imagining trying to edit the audio and video and sync it all together.
More often than not, it's not gonna work because of my lack of skill. And
Well, not only that, even if you were skilled, it would take weeks. The episode would be delayed weeks before it could be released.
Right, it's already taking way too long, according to everybody.
As they've
Which
let
I
me-
understand.
As they've let me know in game. While you were gone, sitting your
Yeah.
butt down in a tropical paradise. Grrr.
All you had to do was uncheck that box that said "accept whispers."
Yeah, I know. I'm not supposed to.
Right. Well, anyway, so we're trying to keep it consistent. It started off on episode like 1, and we were like, let's do episodes every 2 weeks, and then it kind of got shifted to 3 weeks, and now it's like once a month, and hopefully we can do more. Yeah,
Hopefully.
we're gonna try to keep it up and stay consistent. Also, the what's it called? The episode timer that we have up on the site that says the expected day of recording. We like to give you guys an idea. Half because then you guys actually yell at us and we actually get off our butts and do something about it. But also the other half is just it gives you guys a generic idea. And although we don't, I know like I think we've kept on it once and we've been off of it because I've been slacking in various parts of this making. But
Right.
I mean, it's just to give you guys a generic idea.
It's
so that-
what we're intending to do at that time that it's written.
But I mean, we sometimes we're just playing Maple and we're like, want to record, and we're like, no, and so we don't, and we do it later. But other than that, we do like to give you guys the generic idea, and if we do delay, we do support. We do provide reasoning, or we try to at least. So hopefully you guys will forgive us. But also we
And
are
not-
doing this with our own free time, so don't hate us for it.
I finally figured out how to edit that part of it, so now I can update that too.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Oh, and I wish to apologize because I put David Lee's picture up while you were gone.
I saw going through emails today, and I was like, wait, I don't remember this. Yeah, that was you.
It is so unfair. That picture is so unfair to you. But it's hilarious too, so I had to put it up.
No, it's a great picture. I mean, I don't care either way.
Oh, that's very big of you.
I was making a big deal of it, but I really didn't care. I was just playing along.
Ah, okay.
You know me, devil's advocate.
Oh,
but yeah.
hey.
What?
We've got some emails to read, don't we?
Yes, we do. Would you like to take the first one?
Sure.
Sweet.
Okay. Emails. Is there a stinger for emails?
It's a stinger for emails and voicemails, and we kind of.
Oh, okay.
But let's play it again.
Yay!
I like guitar music.
Aqua Code Radio. Emails.
Take it away, Wares.
The first email is from Hai Nguyen, who plays Geno 570 on Scania. Hey, this is Geno 570, and I play on the Scania server. Level 57 Ice Lightning. Good choice, my man. And I was thinking that NX Cash should be NX Cash should be used as mesos. People could trade NX Cash in trade. Speculate, please. Oh, I like the way he phrases that. Here's your topic.
Go.
Discuss among yourselves. Go. Yeah. You have 10 minutes.
All right.
Point and counterpoint. I think
gonna
that's.
go with no. That'd be a bad
I'm
idea.
I'm gonna take the position of no. That's a horrible idea. Can you imagine the hell that would break loose if such a thing were true?
Well, I mean, it'd be good for the people because people who can't have NX would be able to get NX through trading. But the thing is, if people could pay in-game virtual money for NX Cash, which is technically real money, what ends up happening is people, or Nexon ends up losing a lot of money because the people who buy NX would be willing to give it away for a certain amount of mesos as well, and the mesos could be obtained by anybody for free, and therefore either way you look at it, it's really not that fair of a trade.
We'd have 100 times as much hacking going on.
Oh, yes, that too. Good point.
And if you can trade virtual cash for real cash, or the other way around, if it can go both ways, you would definitely attract real dangerous criminal elements to this game.
Oh, you're right.
Very,
Yes,
very,
yes, you
very, very bad idea.
So, I mean, it'd be nice. Well, what I want to do is I'd really like it, people to be able to trade NX Cash for NX. No, that doesn't make sense. Never mind, ignore me.
You mean like buy mesos? Is that
I want people to be able to buy mesos using NX Cash. Like have an NPC in the game where people could charge NX Cash and buy mesos. Because I mean, basically the thing that happens is, there are lots of websites out there that actually sell mesos, and all these funds are actually obtained by hacking. And so anyone who actually buys from these sites are supporting them by giving them actual money, which kind of gets them to farm mesos and come and hack a bunch to obtain a lot of money that they can sell on their site.
Correct.
So if Nexon did something where they made like an NPC where they charged, I don't know, uh, I think the sites that do sell charge like, I don't know, 60 cents for a million, 50 cents for, I don't know, something cheap like that. But if Nexon had something like that where they charge like a buck for, or 1,000 an X cash for like, I don't know, a million mesos or something like that. Be really nice actually. I just think it'd be a more legit way of earning money, of getting money if you didn't have enough money to start with.
If you stack that up next to those websites, I'd have to say lesser of two evils, but nonetheless evil.
Oh well, it definitely throws the balance off in the game.
I think it's weak.
Well, no, it's definitely weak. I don't support buying mesos at all. But it just seems to me that it would reduce a lot of hacking, just because quite a bit of the hacking and quite a bit of the hacks are actually founded by these sites that are trying to make money through the hacks. So, I mean, these sites actually have the incentive to go and break Nexon's code.
It's true.
To try to get past the game guard, and then once that becomes leaked to the public, then everyone else starts hacking as well.
Unfortunately, there's some element of truth to that. Sad, yes. But probably true.
But NX cash for mesos, yeah, no, can't happen. Which is pretty much why you can't trade NX cash for in-game items, because it does throw the economy off of the game like crazy.
That's why they have Gachapon. Besides, they make more money off of Gachapon.
Gachapon makes a lot of money.
They must make tons off of that.
It is the number one cash shop item every single month since it came out.
Oh yes, because it produces a Pavlovian response.
Yes.
Every once in a great while, you get that big sweet item, that level 100. So you keep going back.
And you just keep coming, even if you get crappy things for the rest of your life, you'll keep coming back for that one big item again.
Yep, that's a Pavlovian response.
Oh,
operant
Pavlovian,
conditioning.
The guy with the dogs.
That's right. Ding 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 ding.
Right.
Salivate.
Next up, we got a email from Michael Skyver.
RoboSkyver.
Yes, RoboSkyver. Remember him? Do you remember what server he's on? He didn't say in the email, and I forget from before. I want to say Scania.
I was gonna say one of the B servers.
We'll just say them all, and
all.
We've got to be right one of the times.
He's everywhere. He's RoboSkyver.
So anyway, Michael Skyver says, "Riddle me this: why does it seem that I'm respawning at the site of my demise now, as opposed to the nearest town? So far, this has happened to me once in the dungeons, twice technically, and about 7 times in a row in Amoria, while I was hunting Sacrocelions. What gives? The first death was due to potion lag and/or my own faultiness with potioning. However, when I spawned right on top of me, When I spawned right on top of one of those buggers for just over 50 damage, I was instantly dead on arrival.
Boo.
And then it kept happening until I was able to decide when they'd move out of the way and not move back long enough to where I'd be able to hit some food or jump on the ladder to save my skin. I'd say this is funny, chuckles madly, occurrence. Has cost me about 2 levels worth of experience.
Ouch.
This I make no joke of. Help shed light on this so nobody besides myself and the other poor saps who fell victim to it has to go into battle without the knowledge that could save their precious experience. Unfortunately,
has this happened to you?
It has happened to me.
Yes.
I don't know why it actually happened to you in the dungeon, but I know for some reason in Amoria, when you die, you never go back to town.
That's
in Amoria, anytime you die in any of the places in Amoria, Purple Plains or whatnot, you actually end up respawning on the map that you died on.
That sucks.
I found out about it because one of my roommates, the one with the major lag, actually was in a Moria training and decided to go in to explore. Ends up running into crystal boars, and he was level like 29 or something at the time, and he had 80% experience, I think. Just kept dying. He died as soon as he walked into the portal, and he just kept respawning right on top of him and cycled down to 0 experience. And every time you every time you die at Sakura Celions as well, you end up at the bottom of that map. And I don't know why they did that actually.
Good question.
It
I
just
have no idea. I've never
doesn't make
died there,
sense.
so I never noticed
They
it.
spawn you on top of things that are actually killing you, so you don't even have time to respawn. You can be spamming that button, but it won't register until you're actually dead again, and it really sucks. So be really careful if you're training in a Moria, because that does happen. It's the only place I know of that happens, that it does happen. So just stay wary, and I have no clue why it actually does happen. So I don't think we can actually fix it.
It stinks, doesn't it?
I don't think it's a glitch in the game or anything either, just because if it was, then, they'd fix it. I mean, they're sure to have known it by now, because Moria's been out for a long time.
Well, you'd think so. But the problem is they'd have to care, too.
Oh, right, yeah, I forgot that. Caring.
I learned early in this game never to always go back to town before I log off the game, so that I would not come back to the game.
Yeah.
Right where because on many maps you will spawn on a safe platform, but there are other maps in which you will not spawn on a safe platform.
Actually, Gobies is the only one I know of, other than Amorio.
I know there are other places, but yes, I've been killed at Gobies from that too.
That's so annoying. Because, mages can't survive Gobies, no matter what level you are. If you're training at Gobies, pretty much.
Although,
you can't survive
you know what I
without
figured
Magic
out?
Yeah.
If I just spam Magic Guard continuously as I log in, I
You
can
hit it-
survive long enough.
Oh, really?
While my screen is still black, yes.
Oh, very nice. People
some
also say
reason
if
it
you
worked.
hold down the right arrow key, you end up actually going through the Gobi house for some reason as well,
Okay.
which is weird. But it's really annoying when it does happen because it spawns you on top of a Gobi house. So watch when you're changing channels in that, and in Amoria, watch out because when you do die, you will probably go down to 0% if there are monsters in the respawning zone.
So this is nothing that RoboSkyver is doing wrong. It's actually flukes or weird things about specific maps.
Yes. Well, I think it's all the maps in Amoria actually,
Okay.
which is weird. But alright, enough about Amoria. We don't train there much anyway. Do you want to take the last email, Wars?
Sure. Last email is from, good grief, Haru Tsukiko? Haru Tsukiko,
Sure. We'll go with that.
who hails from Belican. Hi guys. Oh, here we go again. I'm Haru Tsukiko. I'm a level 42 spearman on Belican. Do you think people who buy a bunch of cash every time it runs out and buy smegas a lot are stupid? My friends and parents think that I'm wasting my money on stuff for a video game just for it to be gone in 90 days. I think of it as supporting Nexon. What do you think?
Why would you support Nexon?
Um,
It's not like they do anything to support us back.
Well, they provide a free game, supposedly free game. Well,
Supposedly.
it's a weird beast. The microtransition game, it's a weird beast. You should be happy when other people are buying things because that's providing funds for new maps to come out for you to train on.
Right.
And if you don't have NX, you can't afford NX, be happy that they're doing that. Now, the downside, of course, is that those stupid smegas come out of the right corner and upper corner, block everything and lag you, and it sucks. But smegas themselves, the original smegas, that's fine. Go ahead, spend money on them. I don't pay attention to them most of the time. I don't care. Go ahead.
Like she said, I think you, wait, no, not she, he, I think.
I think it's a he. I'm not sure.
Haru, I believe, is a guy name. Actually, I think he could, well, whatever, anyway. Haru
He or
said-
she.
Yes. I think it's more kind of like them. I do consider it supporting Nexon at some points, but it gets to a point where the thing with microtransition though is it's really effective because it ends up making people spend more money than they would playing a game where they pay a monthly fee.
I suppose it would.
Because I mean, if you're paying a monthly fee of, let's say, I guess the highest you can spend in the cash shop is $30. I guess you can charge with your credit card. So if you charge $30 once a month, or let's say you charge $30 once every 3 months, because 3 months is 90 days. So you charge it once, you use the $30, and you wait till everything expires. That's paying about $10 per month to Nexon for their to get access to their cash shop and stuff. But if you charge $60, you charge the $30 twice because for a whole outfit, if you want to get whole hat, face, pants, and shirt or whatnot ensemble, it definitely takes more than 30k NX, and so you'll end up paying 60k, which you'll use for the 3-month time period, which ends up giving Nexon $20 a month, which is actually more than most games actually charge per month for having the privilege to play them, I believe. As well as a lot of people who do buy NX pay like Smegas, like she said, they pay the their $30 or whatever, buy however many Smegas they can get with that, and Smegas go by really fast because people have Smega Wars and whatnot. So people use Smegas within a couple days, and then they charge another $30 to buy more Smegas, and it's just it earns a lot more money, I think, in the long run.
Oh, definitely.
So even though not everyone is paying, the people who are paying significantly more than the people who are paying for individually for other various games such as World of Warcraft and the other popular MMOs that are out there.
Well, on the other hand, like you were saying, what, $60 in how much of a period of time? In 3 months?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's $20 a month. Well, that's probably a lot less than you spend on going to movies.
Oh, definitely.
And movie is over in 2 hours, and you can play MapleStory as much as you want. How much do you or your parents spend on cable?
Quite a bit, I'm sure.
Sure.
Well, I'm not saying that it's just different. I'm saying compared to other online games. I mean, people play various games. The only one I can think of right now is World of Warcraft. I guess it's because of all the people I've been hanging out with all week. But they pay $15 a month, and they play the game for for that whole month, and they pay the $15 again, and they just keep paying, and it ends up costing them quite a bit of money by the end of the year. Very addictive game. But I mean, on top of that, regardless of what games you're actually playing, you're still actually going to be paying for cable and whatnot. It's not like if you're going to be paying for NX Cash, you're going to cancel your cable subscription for your TV. So I mean, and you probably still end up going to the movies you're going to. It's just another form of payment that most parents deem unnecessary because it is just for a game. But I mean, no, I definitely see what you're saying. Whereas it is another form of entertainment, but it's not like it doesn't take the place of it. It just adds another what's it called, spending thing.
Sure.
Yes. So it's just another thing to spend your money on. And
Well, I've read that MapleStory is the first breakout microtransition game. I think we might have discussed this once before. That's actually succeeding.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Most of them up till now have been miserable flops.
What I don't understand is why. You know what I think? I think the commercials have actually hurt MapleStory because a lot of people now if I mention MapleStory, they ask me because all my friends play WoW, and they're like, oh, so you don't play WoW? Do you play anything? And I was like, yeah, I play MapleStory. I podcast for it. And they're like, haha, and then they're like, I slapped you with a fish. And I'm like, okay, so they've obviously seen the commercials, and the commercials turn people away from the game so much so that Nexon is losing money by airing these commercials.
I would agree with that.
and I just think it's funny. But yeah, it depends. I guess in moderation. If you spend NX cash moderately, I do consider it being kind of like supporting Nexon and paying just like any other game, paying a monthly fee. However, it does get out of hand every once in a while, and I've been there. And I think because because I've been off of Maple since like the beginning of December or whatnot, I seriously like saved like $120.
Wow, that's like,
Like,
how many
easy.
outfits that you didn't buy?
Yeah, because I definitely go shopping for clothes all the time.
You are such a clothes horse. How many outfits do you have?
At one point, I had like 3 complete outfits. I had a whole pajama hat, shirt, pants ensemble, along with the slime shoes, the slime slipper things, and the teddy bear. Then I had the whole cowboy thing. I've also had my snowboarding vest, the pants, the black shoes, and yeah, it's kind of crazy. It just gets out of control. Like once you start buying, you just don't stop, and it kind of really sucks. So be wary of it. Definitely be wary of it.
Moderation. There's the key word right there.
Yeah, and kids our generation don't know moderation.
That's why I'm gonna slap you all with a big frozen fish.
Exactly, and it should entice us into playing MapleStory. Man, I definitely don't understand it at all. But yeah, alright, so we're done with episode number 12.
Yay!
We are past double digits. We're well into double digits.
Yes, we are. We're an institution. Well, at least in our own minds we are.
Maybe a mental institution.
Yeah, you could make that point, and probably valid point at that.
And everyone would agree. But so yeah, no guys, check out our site. It's got lots of information. We keep it updated. We or try to. You can email us at awkwaroadradio@gmail.com. So send us some emails. We read them all. We used to respond to them all, but now we've just gotten lazy and we respond to most / try to.
Yeah, we try to.
See, we say most, so even if we don't respond to most, the people who don't get responded think we're responding to most, and it'll work out nicely.
Don't be angry at us if we don't, or don't right away.
No, we definitely read them all, and we laugh and we giggle. And if we don't respond, there is... Well, I mean, there's a chance that we'll actually... there's times when I've read an email and decided not to respond to it because I'd like to talk about it in the podcast as opposed to...
Oh, sure. Yes.
As opposed to actually responding to the single player, just, respond to everybody.
Exactly.
But no, we do try. And so, don't hate us and send us the emails. Keep them coming.
There's all sorts of tabs on the website that you can click on and see all sorts of fun things. We archive all of our features.
Yes.
So you can go back and read them. And we also have like a goodies page that you can get some fun stuff to download if you want. And we have listener contributions, which contains various artworks and things. Right, including the infamous picture that we were referring to by Mr. David Lee.
David Lee. I will hunt him down in game. I just throw another party and he'll come to me. Traps. Alright, well, so yeah, but also about the site, apparently there is a limit on the number of tabs that you can have at the top of the site.
Uh-oh.
Which I found out, like, last time. Now that we have a Party Center tab, the whole Contact Us tab just kind of fell off the edge. Which does really suck. So if you guys are looking for the pages, I actually put a pages thing in the sidebar. So if you go to the sidebar on the right hand side and scroll down a bit, you'll see the list of pages, and you can access them all from there, even though the Contact Us one doesn't appear up top. And now that we have a Hacker Hunter section as well, probably the Who We Are is going to fall off of that as well. So
I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. We just have a lot of various pages.
You have to view our page on a 5-foot monitor. There's just no other option.
Everyone go out and buy a 30-inch Apple Cinema screen.
Well, Donnie's.
It's homework.
I want one anyway. Yes.
Those are nice. Have you seen the setups where people have like 4 of those all over their room and they
Oh,
have like
then you feel like you are a villain in your
Yes.
evil mountain lair.
and
in
everyone
your-
loves being a villain, even though they don't at the same time. It's awesome. But yeah, so definitely know that the contact us tab is there. So if you have been looking for us or haven't been sending us a voicemail through MyChingo or the phone number because you forgot it and didn't know what it was, check it out. It's on the site. It's just semi-hidden, and
Can
I'm
we-
looking to change out. I'm looking to change the layout or
Yeah,
something.
can we rearrange those tabs to put the more important ones?
Oh yeah,
So
no,
they stay-
definitely.
Okay.
So I don't know. We'll see. We'll poke at
Okay.
it and also attempt to change it to have
Poke.
a different layout.
Poke. Poke, 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 poke. Poke.
Eventually it'll fix itself because it just gets annoyed at us poking it.
That's right.
So our blog that we've been mercilessly talking about is at aquaroadradio.wordpress.com.
Yay.
WORDPRESS.com. And
And
yeah, go check it out.
You can find us on Google. We're the second or third hit. Aqua Road Radio.
Because
There we
the
are.
first one happens to be the blog that I started about like, my life in Maple, and it just kind of died.
Splash.
But it's up there, so just search for us. And we're also on iTunes.
Easy to find.
We're on Dig, but I don't think that's being updated anymore, and I don't think anyone actually looked at it. So
Podbean. We're on Podbean.
are we?
Yes, we are.
Ooh, I've never even heard of Podbean. I'll have to go look at that then. Shiny.
We're
Anyway.
moving up slowly. We're moving up on iTunes.
Yes, very slowly. So
Well,
if you guys,
we
if you guys
used to-
haven't, make an account. I mean, iTunes accounts are really easy to make, and almost everyone has one anyway. And if you don't have one, your parents probably have one. And if they have one, have them make you one, and send us a review on both of them. Because the more reviews we have, the more popularity we get, and hopefully the more people we actually entice into listening to this and bring into our Maple community.
I think we are only 1 or 2 pages back now. We used to be like way down at the bottom. we are coming up within range of podcasts put out by like public
Companies?
radio, believe it or not. We're getting within view of these people.
It's a lot of companies actually like pay people, like especially gaming companies and like PC World and the popular magazines as well.
Nah.
They hire people to specifically like professionals who come in and do a bunch of editing and make their.
How weak
Stuff.
is that? That is sad.
It's not it's not weak. It's just another form of conveying information.
Yeah. Wow. It's podcasting is supposed to be like grassroots, like what we're doing.
It's supposed to be, but the
So,
world
yeah.
has various uses for it.
I guess I'm just an idealist.
We all are. We all are.
Wow. I'm tired.
Yeah. This actually is now the longest, I think. Yeah, it's now the longest episode.
Are you
Great.
sure?
I think so.
I think
Maybe.
last time we went to 2 hours 20 minutes or 2 hours 15 minutes, didn't we?
Oh, maybe you want to talk a little longer to kind of make it the longest?
No, sir, I do not.
All right.
I have to get up and go to work tomorrow.
Oh yeah, so I got a week of break. Life is good.
You lucky blankety blanker.
My sleep schedule has completely changed to I stay up all night and sleep at like 7 a.m. and wake up at like 3.
You're
And
gonna
my
pay
parents
for
are-
that.
My parents are hitting me for it. Well, I mean, I figured I'll get it back within the next week. College is gonna start a week from this Wednesday, actually. So, and I'm playing guitar, which is fun.
I've heard.
Yes, I suck at it though, so no one asked me for samples.
Hey, one of these times you're gonna play a little tune, and we're gonna sing a ditty.
I'll work on getting the intro song down to on guitar, and maybe I'll play that in one of the episodes instead of playing the intro.
Nice.
We'll see, eventually. And this is like years later when I actually get some skill. It's the thing you need.
Yeah, skills.
Alright, okay. Well, you get to bed, and I'll get to not bed. I'll go back to watching anime. So I've been
Okay.
doing.
Sounds good. Good night, everybody.
Night, guys. Woot. Yay. Oh, wait, I need to stop recording.